¿Qué lo que, Knicks fans? Welcome to episode 78 of Knicks Fans Wallin'. It's a familiar voice. Your boy Triple M is back in the building. Man, it feels so good to be back. As Zebo and Don Juan mentioned, I'm growing the family a little bit. So, I took a little leave to get things in order, but I had to come back. I had to come back because people are blaming the injuries for the Knicks losing 9 of the last 13 games, but in reality, it's because they started missing Triple M. So I had to come back here for the stretch run. And thank y'all for supporting the episode. Still locking in with Don Juan and Zebo. And shout out to Don Juan and Zebo holding down the fort while Triple M was taking care of business. My guys really held it down, throwing shows up, still connecting with the people. And it's been good. It's been good. I've been locking in. I've been watching them. I've been texting Zebo because he was ready for the NBA Finals run. I had to tell him to slow down. I had to text Don Juan because he was already talking play. And I'm like, bro, chill out. It's not that crazy. But we back. We back. And the guys is all here, man. Don Juan, Zebo. What is really good, fellas? I missed y'all. Thank y'all for holding it down. How y'all feeling? How y'all feeling?
Shit was good,
Good,
bro.
bro.
Good to have you back, man. It feels good to have the squad back. Hopefully, we can say the same for the Knicks in a week or two, man. But it feels good,
Uh-huh.
man. I'm glad you're back though, man. We were missing you, miss your point of view, miss your takes, miss you shutting down our takes, especially. But
We back.
nonetheless, man, glad
I
to have you back.
know. I know. At a crazy time too. His boy RJ Barrett not here no more. His boy Quickly not here no more. I don't want to see Mason with that RJ Barrett jersey no more. I hope when you took him to the game last time, I hope he didn't have that RJ Barrett jersey no more. I don't wanna see that no more.
Hey, listen, man. RJ Barrett is gonna be viewed as like a Nate Robinson or David Lee in the
Mm.
NBA in the Knicks organization. He helped us get to the playoff a few times. Like, what do you want from the kid? He left gracefully and he bought us OG. All right,
It's the
one
cost,
time,
right?
one time.
I hear that.
No RJ slander, even when he gets traded, man. We're supporting the kid. He came in, helped us get to the playoffs. He even said it on his way out. He said when the Knicks was here, they were not that good. I helped bring them back, and that's all he did. You feel me? Like third overall pick, did what he had to do. Now we let my boy go over there. You feel me? Like, don't make me call Juan's boy Joshua Clinton on this podcast, and the man would literally just violate you. This man is the biggest
See, that's
RJ
how,
I ever knew.
that's how I know you back. Look, see, you already taking me out the episode, and RJ not even here, bro. I don't know what's going on, but it's alright.
It's all good. It's all good, man. I missed y'all. I missed y'all. So let's get right into it, fella, because there's so much to talk about. There's no kumbaya over here on Knicks land. They've lost 9 of 13 games. These losses are piling up. The Knicks are now fifth in the East, one game away from the play-in, with Miami playing today. I think Miami's seventh, if I'm not mistaken, or Philly. Anyways, the East is jumbled up. Let me pull up the stats here real quick. So it's very, very worrisome right now. We need to get healthy. Yeah, the Knicks are one game ahead of Philly, a team that we play 2 times coming up. So those are going to be huge games. We actually play the Magic tomorrow. That's going to be a huge game. And we're just going to be talking about all these games that are going to be big, fellas. So I want to ask y'all about the panic level on with y'all right now. 1 through 5. Give me the panic level, Don Juan.
So after, if well, my panic meter straight to the point. My panic meter is at 2. I feel like I probably talked to myself a little bit and kind of calmed myself down, especially since last episode where my panic meter was pretty high. I was talking playing, and honestly, it's still a possibility depending on when our guys get back. But I think that because we have a little more confirmation on when our guys are coming back, and things are ramping up here, my panic meter has gone a little lower than most. I would say. So I say is that a 2? I was thinking 3 initially, when you brought upon the topic, but I think 2 is a solid 2 because like I said, there's still a lot of games left, and by the time our guys get back, play some games, get their wings going and get the motor rolling. I think we're gonna get some good wins and honestly be one of the hottest teams going into the playoffs. So let's go, man. I'm getting hype. I'm gonna tuck myself. Nah, never mind. I'm not gonna throw myself out the window just yet.
Don't do it. Don't do it. I'm back. You know, I'm a lock. I'm knock that out. I need y'all to chill. I need y'all to chill. Me personally, my panic meter is at a -2 because
Mm.
I'm just not worried at all. Because even if we fall into the play-in, I mean, let's be serious. Are we really scared of the Chicago Bulls or the Atlanta Hawks? You know, I was just like, I'm not even really scared of these teams. What is very important to me is that we get healthy. That's what I want to see. Just get healthy. I don't care how far we fall. Obviously, I don't want to be in the play-in. Don't get me wrong. I'm not rooting for that. But look, if we get healthy and we happen to be in the play-in, like I'm really not worried. I just really want to avoid Boston. Like I really
Mhm.
want to avoid Boston. That's the only team that really scares me right now. Milwaukee is getting it together. You can never put anything past Milwaukee, but it's just about getting healthy. It's just about getting healthy. And I've been watching these games and people just overreacting and stuff like that because that's the fan base and that's what we do. But it's just hard to really evaluate this team when we're basically down 4.5 starters, fella. We're down Mitch, we're down OG, we're down Randall, and Hartenstein is like playing at a .5 right now. This is not the same iHeart that really helped us. And obviously we down Brunson right now, but iHeart got to get right. The whole team got to get right now. So, but I'm not worried. I'm not worried. I just want to get healthy. My panic meter -2. Zebo, what's your panic meter at?
Nah, yeah, bro. I'm at a 4. I can't even front
Whoa,
y'all, bro.
Zebo's
I'm
worried.
at a 4. I'm worried, bro. And it's not even the play on the it's not even the actual play because I think we're maximizing what we getting from the we're getting the best from what we guys from the guys we have on the floor. And it's again I think Deuce McBride, I think Jericho Sims, I think all those guys are doing the best they can. I mean, you regularly those are the ninth and 10th guys usually on our usually in the rotation. So we're getting the best we can from them. I am a little worried, number one, because I mean Burks and Bogey is just not. I mean Bogey's he's been on and off when it comes to the shooting. He has good games, but there's just some games where he's just not bringing it. Burks is just he just hasn't been the guy I thought he was gonna be. I thought we were gonna get 2020 Burks when we went to the playoffs, but it just hasn't been that. And so I'm a little disappointed on that. OG is something that I think me and Don Juan mentioned it when the trade initially happened. I thought that was one of my main concerns is the fact that he is an injury prone guy. He is an injury prone guy. Even though when he is on the floor, you can definitely feel his impact. But the medicals do scare you. And I mean, like you said, Mario. Triple M is you. I mean, I know you talked about it briefly, but everyone is, everybody in the East is starting to come to form right now. Miami, I mean, we all know about Miami. Like once the second half comes, that's when they start turning it. Like
Mhm.
this is essentially their play. Like this is essentially their kind of playoff time right now. Like they're on a tear right now. It looks like Milwaukee's starting to get it together with Doc Rivers. Boston, I mean, again, they smoked. I mean, they smoked the Warriors by 50. So, they did have that blunder against Cleveland, but still, though, they're in first. They're starting to get into playoff stride. So, and again, we still, we have some crucial games coming up. I mean, we do have Orlando, we have Philly back to back, and these are teams that we are fighting for playoff spots. And
Mhm.
as much as you did say that you wouldn't mind a play, you wouldn't mind that you wouldn't mind doing the play-in. I'm not that scares me because even though I don't want to see Boston, I don't want to see Miami either. To be honest with you, if we can get Orlando or Philly or one of those teams, I would rather that than either Miami, um, Milwaukee or Boston. To be honest with you, so yeah, so it's up there because we definitely need our guys to be healthy as soon as possible.
Okay.
We
Mm.
need them, and we need them. We need them like on it as soon as they're on.
Yeah, I mean Miami's not even in the play-in. You know, I feel like the teams that if the Knicks fall into the play-in, I think it'll be because Miami, elevated into the top six. Right
Mhm.
now, the play-in is the Hawks, the Bulls, the Pacers, and Philly. Like, that's
Philly.
what that's what I'm saying. Like, maybe Philly will be scary because maybe Embiid be back by then. So that's obviously not. That's gonna be a tough matchup. But I just like these playing teams. Like, bro, I felt like we could have beat the Hawks yesterday. Like, DiVincenzo
For
had one
sure.
of the worst games. You feel me? So it was just like I'm
He
not
had a
saying
bad
the
shooting night.
Hawks at all. The Bulls. I mean, the Bulls. It's just not. It's not. They're not good. They're not that good. Obviously, Lonzo hurt. Zach Levine is out. So just no team scares me. I just want to avoid Boston. And I let me tell you something, fellas. The way to avoid Boston if the Knicks are not top three is to be the seventh seed.
Hmm.
Seventh seed, skip Boston in the second round, and you don't see them to the third round. So if the Knicks are not top three, why not be seven? You know, play the 7-8 matchup. You know, you just take care of Atlanta. You know, you're gonna take care of Atlanta. We out there. That's the only
So,
thing.
so what you're telling me is that you're not nervous. You're not nervous of the Bucks because I mean, whatever. We make the play in. You know, we win the game. Cool. You're not scared of the Bucks. Then you're not scared of Miami. Is what you're telling me.
Uh, Look, it's hard to discredit these teams because obviously Miami has the track record, and they do these things, and Milwaukee, they have the star power. You know, you muddle it up. You battling with them for 4 quarters. Here comes the fourth quarter, and it's Dame time or it's Giannis. He can take over both sides. So I'm not gonna sit here and be like, "Ah, I'm not worried about them," but Tibbs, he builds up that Giannis wall, and he's had success. He's had success in the past, and you put OG on Dame. That's tough. That's a tough matchup. So it'll be a battle. It'll be a battle. Don't get me wrong. That I feel comfortable if we see them in the second round and we play them into the seventh game. Like that's something to hold your head up.
Yeah, but like you said, if it's seventh, we might see them in the first round. You
And
know,
yeah, and that,
you
that
know.
wasn't my that wasn't my expectations, bro. I'll be honest with you. I mean,
Damn, yeah,
bro, the
that's a good
last few
point.
episodes I've been
See,
here,
I'm
bro.
rusty right now. I'm rusty right now.
Yeah, bro. Nah,
Yeah,
that I
see
mean,
them in the first round. Yeah, that'd
yeah.
be tough. That'd
Yeah,
be tough.
and look, and I'm not. I think that's why you know my meter is at a little bit, you know, in between. Obviously, leaning towards the good, the better, the not so worried side, but a little worried is because these guys are like Zebo said. You got the Bucks playing good, Heat playing good, Magic. Like the East is, and a lot of those guys, a lot of those teams, we actually haven't fared well at all this season. You know, so
Mm-hmm.
it's definitely a little bit of cause to concern, and we don't know really the full status of our guys when they fully come back. Like it's gonna we're gonna hit the road running. You know, we got this West Coast trip as well after this. After these few games, you got the West Coast trip. It's gonna be tricky, man. But it's weird though, because I do sense of overly confident fan base, especially because we saw how we played before when we got OG.
Right.
You know, that definitely raised the bar. But a lot of the fan base is really confident that I mean, just anybody we face besides the Celtics is an easy guaranteed dub for us. And personally, I don't agree because you know we haven't really fared and we haven't fared well against these guys. The Bucks, although you know Doc Rivers, there's a lot of criticism on him by his past failures and blunders in the playoffs. But he got the Bucks playing some good basketball right now. They made some decent moves. Miami addressed some needs during the trade deadline. I'm you know I'm a little worried when it comes to those top three seeds right now, and I'm obviously the Cavs dealing with the injuries of their own. They might fall off a bit, so that might help us to stay in the top six, you know, range. But man, the East is gonna be a battle and a half, and I can't wait to see it because it's gonna be fun.
Yeah, it's gonna be a lot of fun. But before we move on, just going to Don Juan's point, I think the fan base has a lot to be confident about. I really do believe that because the team, when healthy, without Mitch, was 15-2, and we beat the Nuggets, we beat the Timberwolves, like we beat some good teams in that stretch. That when you saw if this team is fully healthy, which they expect to be come postseason, why not? Why not feel good? Like
Yeah, yeah.
you mentioned, we 0-5, I think, against the Bucks or 0-4. None of those
No,
games were
one
against
and four,
OG.
One
one
and
and
None
four. We
four.
beat
of
them Christmas Day. Yeah.
1-4, but we didn't. We never played them with OG. OG has
Mhm.
missed every
True.
single of those games. Those games were early in the season when we were still figuring things out. So that's what I'm saying. Like if we see them, I feel good. It's just a little scary because they have star power. I don't. I'm not. I'm not trying to discredit their star power. But when you look at their depth, it's pretty bad after Bobby
It
Portis.
is. It is.
Like, Malik Beasley sometimes can't hit the side of the backboard. Chris
Pat
Middleton,
Bev watched
his
too.
his injury's been pretty.
Yeah,
It
he's
does,
been out for 12 games now.
yeah, we don't know what's going on there. So
Yeah,
it is
Pat
what it is.
Bev.
But we'll cross that bridge when we get there. Still a lot of time, but let's go on to the next topic, boss. Bros, boss man. That's I'll just be calling everybody
My
boss
boy's
man.
Rusty.
Yeah,
My boy Rusty. He's alright, He's alright,
I've
bro.
been
He's
on the
alright.
real estate game. That's how you got.
Getting
That's how
back to
you
the groove of
gas
things,
people. You
man.
give them the boss man when you really the boss, but you gas. Putting you on a little secret to the trade right there. But let's talk about another hot topic, which is the Tom Thibodeau minutes. It's very. Josh Hart is exhausted. He's saying he needs a break because he's been playing 48 minutes a game sometimes, and Deuce been playing a lot of minutes. So, are you? Is a two-part question for y'all fellas. Eva, I'm gonna start with you. I know you're a Tibbs fan. Are you concerned with the minutes and Tom Thibodeau is contract eligible next year? How do you feel about an extension for two?
So first part, I mean, I'm not worried about it because at this point, like, what are you like? What else do you want him to do? Like, do you want to call up? You want to call? I mean, y'all, what y'all want to do? Y'all want to call up more G League guys? Like, there's nothing else he could do. Trust me, if he can balance, if he had the opportunity to balance out the minutes with Deuce McBride, Josh Hart, he definitely would. But right now, there's just no options because of all the injuries we have. Unfortunately, this is what has to happen, and like I said, right now, because Alex Burks and Bogey has been up and down, that's the other issue with with him loading up the minutes on Josh Hart, Deuce McBride. If those guys were playing a little better, then I think he would do a better job in balancing out the minutes. But I mean, the fact also that right now iHeart is just not 100%. Like you talked about Triple M last game against Atlanta, he didn't look himself. Like he looks like he's still coming off an injury, and so I mean, we saw Jericho Sims literally play what 20 minutes, 25 minutes, and so yeah, bro. I mean, I'm not necessarily worried because he's doing everything he can right now. That like he's just working with whatever he has at the point. So it is what it is. And as far as giving him a contract extension, I'm 100% for it, bro. Because again,
Mm,
I'm 100% for it, bro. I
right
want to see
now,
Tibbs. I want to
right
see Tibbs
now,
here for the
Depot.
next few. Yeah, bro. I want to see Tibbs here for the next few years,
Right
bro. That's
now,
how I'm feeling.
tomorrow.
Oh nah, yeah, I'm signing. I'm signing right now because number one, he's just been he's again. I think he's been the best coach. Literally, I mean, again, I've been a Knicks fan since since right before they kind of hit that run, right after they hit that run of the finals, and so I think he's been the best coach. I think he's honestly he's been better than Mike Woodson. I'll be honest with you. That's the type of consistency I have seen from him, and so yeah, bro, he's been the best coach we've had in a while. And again, he's worked, and he's I think with the pieces that we've given him. I think he's done a great job. He's done a great job in developing players, bro. I mean, he literally developed the star in Julius Randle. Again, he developed literally an All NBA player, and the fact that he's given the keys to Brunson, and I know again we've had our negative thoughts and we've had our criticisms about the minutes and him putting a heavy load on different players. I mean, again, man, I'll take that. I honestly will because at the end of the day, he's brought winning back over here. So yeah, bro, give him that contract extension. Like, stop playing because the other thing too is who else is out there? Like everyone else is taken. I don't think Ty Lue is leaving. I don't think any of these top coaches are leaving this situation. So,
Mm.
yeah, give him the extension.
Man, Lebo went crazy right now. Give
Yeah,
him gives an extension early. Listen, for me, I'm definitely concerned with the minutes, not because of the minutes amount, because um the Knicks don't even have a top 15 player in the minutes per game category. So like, but what worries me sometimes is just giving these players consecutive minutes. Sometimes you see Brunson play the entire second half. And it's like I just wish he gave a breather. And even no leader safe in the NBA with the 3 pointers, but there's sometimes when our players are out there that I'm like cringing, like why are they out there? We're up 35 with 2 minutes left to go. Take them out, please. So that's just like my mini concern and complaint that I have about Tibbs and those minutes. But you're right, Zebo. Like, what can he do sometimes? I mean, you're not gonna play Jacob Top, and you need to win. You're not, And there was a little controversy the other day of like, why didn't Precious play too many minutes. But I mean, the Knicks were down double digits. Precious is not going to be shooting threes, so
Yeah,
you
yeah.
kind of you kind of understood that aspect. But obviously, you understand why people complain because coaching is just is the apple where you could just grab. It's just like every team does it. They trade the coach, bring in somebody, and it gives a new leash to the fan base. You're not gonna be firing the GMs and the owner's not gonna fire himself. So you fire the coach, you start anew. Look at the Bucks. They fire the closer, and then in the middle of the season, they're like, "Yo, they got this guy out of here too," and that's like, and then Doc Rivers was like struggling, and people like, "Man, are they gonna fire Doc now?" So I get it. Coaching it's semantics for me, but as far as giving Tibbs an extension, I would agree with Zebo. I mean, this guy's been the best coach since since Van Gundy. I would say, because Woodson took this team to the second round, but he had the squad. He had the squad. It was expected, but Tibbs, he's done things with this squad that nobody expected.
Hmm.
As far as X's and O's, he's a great coach. He comes prepared. Like the Knicks are ready every single game. Like there hasn't been that many games this season where you're like, what happened to the Knicks? Like they weren't ready. They come prepared. Their attention to detail is pretty amazing. But as far as extension, I still have to see the playoffs because I feel like sometimes in the playoffs he gets in his own way. You remember that Hawks series where it was like, why are they still starting Alfred Payton? He's trash, and he decided to change it like game 4, I think, or game 3 when it was already too late. Like we had no momentum; it was over. And even the Miami series, nobody was hitting shots. It was pretty bad, but it was a game where he started Josh Hart, and it was like, wow, we need shooting. Put Grimes back; he's healthy. Stuff like that. So I still need to see Tibbs perform in the playoffs before I give him an extension. To be honest, like I'm not giving him an extension to the end of this playoff. This is a huge playoff for Tibbs. If the Knicks get eliminated in the first round in 5 games, even if it's against the Bucks, it's gonna be like, okay, like what is he doing? So I'm gonna hold off, unlike Zebo, on giving him an extension tomorrow morning. I'm not doing that. I still like Tiz. I was very advocate for signing Tiz. I was very excited that we did that. Just not giving him an extension yet. Don Juan, how you feeling?
So I'm a bit of a like in between. I agree with both of your statements. I mean, I do think he's done enough to warrant a guaranteed extension. Honestly, I mean, if you've seen these got how our guy's been playing lately, he's just has these second unit, third unit guys pretty much overperforming. For those fans that have been saying that he doesn't really develop players, I mean, he's definitely developing talent, as you guys have seen and witnessed here, especially as of late. I mean, look at Deuce McBride, what kind of player he's turned out to be. Guy that was a pretty much a liability on offense. He's turned up. I mean, from shooting threes to a nice little midi game as well. He doesn't have the crazy handles, but he got somebody touching the floor the other night. I know y'all saw the highlight, but
And
it's
he's
it's,
getting
it's
better too.
definitely
Like the more minutes too. The more minutes you
and
give
the
him,
mo-
he's getting better.
yeah, and he's been impressed. He's been those guys like that have been really impressive as of late, and honestly, give credit to Leon Rose especially for also trusting his coach and getting guys that fit his system as opposed to getting guys like Fournier and the Kemba Walkers. There's only so much Tips could have done with those guys. You can't teach them to play defense. You can't teach new tricks to them old dogs, man. But nonetheless, I do think he deserves a contract. This is where I kind of agree with Triple M, where realistically, if the Knicks lose first round, they got swept in the first round. I personally think that it might be it, and the Knicks front office might look elsewhere because at the same time, at that point, you reached your peak, you hit the wall, and it's almost like what happened to the Bucks last year with Coach Budenholzer. It's like, damn, we couldn't beat the Heat. The Heat were 8 seed, we were number 1 seed, best team in the Eastern Conference, and we couldn't get the job done. And essentially, this has been the best team Tibbs has gotten in front of him. He's definitely over. He's definitely exceeded with lesser talent. But now that you got the talent, can you produce? So I'm going to say I'm in the fence. I'll probably say on me willing to give him the contract 75%. Yeah, because at the same time he's done it. He's done most of the job. Now, can you get us to at least where we went to last year? At that point, then it's like, bro, here's 5 years, not even two, not even three. Here's 5 years. Get him the big contract and lock him in. But he still needs to prove it because bro, for guys like him, guys with name and culture setters, they don't get 1 or 2 year deals. They get 5 year deals, 10 mil per year type contracts, and that's gonna be the reality. I mean, I'm not calling him no Steve Kerr, but when a guy comes and remakes your the brand, the culture, the whole like essentially he has been one of the faces of this rebranding of the team. He has to get paid.
5 year deal, man. Let me tell you something. Tom Thibodeau, 66 years old. The retirement age in America is 67. Come on. Like, we're not going to have Joe Biden over here on the sideline. Tom Thibodeau coaching until he's 72. My man got to
Nah,
go.
but he a lively.
Nah, but he alive 66
We don't
years old.
know. We don't know that. And man could be look like he lost some weight though, but it was looking like he was packing in too many burgers. He had to go on a fitness routine with Zebo over there, run the bridge a couple times because man, 66, 5 year deal. He's gonna be 67. I don't know. I don't know, but a lot of 5 points there, Don Juan. Good takes all around. And remember last year when the Knicks got off to a bad start before Tips switched the rotation, there was a lot of loud rumors that William Wesley and a few other front office people wanted Tibbs out of here. So I'm sure those things don't go away. I'm sure the animosity is still there a little bit.
Yeah, yeah.
So
It's
like
like
Don,
similar.
if we get eliminated in the first round, swept, embarrassed, or something, even in the second round, swept and embarrassed. Like if we any type of embarrassment,
Mhm.
I think Tibbs is the guy that you can be like, all right, we fired Tibbs. Give us more time, and then the clock starts for the front office. So
It's like similar to how Nick fans are. To regular Nick fans, it could be Julius Randle having a bad night, and they're ready to attack the Nick the Randle hive. And I'm pretty sure if it was William Wesley that wanted Tibbs out, and any moment he could grab to point out his downfall, that embarrassment could definitely be the headliner and William Wesley's PowerPoint when he's over there talking to the management, like, yo, we got to get this guy out. And not only that, I got this guy, this guy, this guy that could be
yeah,
better
there's a
than.
lot of people. There's a
So,
lot of coaches that lately you be seeing coaches that you don't even know that they come out of somewhere, and it's like, all right, this guy's been there for. It's like the Mosley from Orlando or Hardy from the Jazz. Like they're looking. There's a lot of teams that's going young coaches that just been like they looking for that Spoelstra next type of a guy. You hired a video coordinator. Probably the Knicks video coordinator gets hired. But
I mean, I
be-
get what y'all saying, bro. But
before we
I
go
guess
to the next point, Zeba, my fault. I didn't want to cut you off. You could go.
no, you good, bro. Nah, but I'm just saying, bro. Like, if you were, I guess if you were to look at one game, like if you were, like if people were asking themselves why we should give this man an extension, just look at the Cavs game, bro. Like that Cavs game, especially because I mean, we desperately needed that game. Your star player goes out after like 2-3 seconds, and again, this is like that's the Tom Thibodeau type of team. Like we literally gutted out that win when everyone kind of expected for us to lose, and so. You look at games like that as to the reason why you should give him an extension.
mm,
Yeah,
the fact.
that's a good point. And then you look at the game against the Hawks. Uh, Listen, fellas, we're finally getting healthy. A lot of reports came out. OG starting to practice. Randall's taking light contact with padding. Brunson is on his way back. Mitch is running and jumping. So it's looking trending in the right direction. Fingers crossed. We still looking good. But which player are you excited to see? I'm gonna go to Zebo first because we know his answer already. Just get it over with.
So let's
Yeah,
go.
man. I'm excited about Randall. I mean, again, this team goes as far as Randall takes him. Like
Whoa,
that's
whoa,
how I'm feeling. That's how I'm
whoa.
feeling. We
Calm
will
down.
again before all the injuries. Again, Don Juan can he can attest to this. I was already putting out the roadmap for the finals, and one of the main points I had is because of Julius Randle. Like at the end of the day, once it gets to the playoffs, your star players are the ones that carry you. And so yeah, man, I do want to see how Julius. I do want to see how that shoulder is. I definitely want to see how Julius is moving on the court. And so that's gonna be my biggest thing. I mean, I know OG. Hopefully OG. I know y'all probably gonna bring him up. I mean, obviously the OG was a big. He was a big asset for us in the trade deadline, and so we do expect. You want him to be better, but again, this is this. In my opinion, this is as much as Brunson is he's the best player on the team. I think Julius is the leader, and this team goes as far as Julius goes. So, yeah, I'm excited for Julius right now.
Yeah, this team goes as far as Brunson takes him. Let's be serious now, Zebo. I know you a Randall
I
love.
mean, I mean, let me ask you a question though. If we end up, let's see, we make it to the second round in a series against Miami, Milwaukee, whoever it is. Even if Brunson, I mean, we showed it last year. Brunson had an awesome game 6. We still didn't make it, and why was it? It's because Julius wasn't. He just he kind of faltered. Like he kind of faltered within that series,
So
and
did
so
RJ. So did I mean there was others that faltered as well.
and so did
But I
RJ. There
hear
was other
you.
players too, but again,
But
I
if
mean,
let's say Randall plays well and Brunson stinks it up, kind of like what Randall did, the Knicks might lose in 4, and he might get swept out of the play.
but what would, but I guess my other question would be what would be a bad Brunson game? Because yeah, he could shoot the ball. I mean, yeah, he could have some bad shooting nights, but I think the best thing about Brunson that he actually has shown before the injury is that he can really like his assists were just going up every single game because again, his shooting actually hasn't been that well since the All-Star break, but he's been doing well facilitating the ball. And so I think the great thing about Brunson is the fact that even though he'll have bad shooting nights, his assist numbers have been up crazy. And so that's why I think with Julius, again, we automatically need we need his scoring. Like that's his bread and butter. Like that's what carries this team ultimately. So I can expect, we can live with a bad Brunson game, but I don't think we can't live with a bad Julius game, especially in the
Yeah.
playoff.
Debatable, very, very, very debatable. But Don Juan, which player are you excited to see?
The guy where you know that after he touched our team, the whole aura of the team completely changed, and that's OG Ananobi. Our big trade that we had a gut somewhat of our team by trading Emmanuel quickly and RJ. I know that hurt us, but it was a move that had to be made because after we got OG Ananobi, we went 12-2. Triple M said it before, we beat Minnesota, beat the Sixers, we beat the Nuggets, we beat the Heat. I mean, those are some pretty good team. And after we got him, the team reached new heights. And mind you, we didn't even have Mitchell Robinson on our team. So I literally with Mitchell Robinson, Mitchell Robinson throughout the time that he was playing, he was on a tear, crazy production. I mean, probably hitting career highs in terms of like offensive rebounds, efficiency, and whatnot. And even in minutes, he was playing a good amount of minutes as well. But you add OG to that equation as well. I mean, OG is gonna be what takes us to the next, not just take us to the next level, but it's gonna make us a force to be reckoned with in the playoffs, especially against those top teams. But I also want to see realistically what the big stage is gonna be for him because that we have seen him take upon this role where he's pretty much doesn't really have a playbook, and it's probably going to be that essentially. But he was letting loose as the games progressed. He was going a little bit ISO every now and then, using his body, and just kind of accepting his role and embracing it, especially as a defensive anchor when he's playing against those top guys. The team has lagged a bit since, especially on the defensive side, since he's been gone. And the team once we play defense and keep teams under 100, that's when we know we have a really good chance of winning. And if we're not doing that, then usually we don't win. So I'm just excited to have him back because he just increases our chances of winning, even if we're having a bad night. So even if Julius or Jalen Brunson is having a bad night offensively, he's gonna keep us in OG's gonna keep us in swinging distance because of the fact that he's such a lockdown defender. That I mean, we could, even though I might be talking myself into going, zero on the meter, on the panic meter, because of all this hype. But
Told
realistically, let's
-2 was valid over here.
but realistically, one of Zebo's concern was the injury history and whatnot. Those elbow injuries are a little bit tricky. So I just want to see how my guy looks and his condition. We know that he's definitely athletic. He is a freak. He has like a freak body where he's super fit, super big, super athletic.
Hey,
But the little elbow problem it might seem small, but realistically, it's the mechanic on how you shoot the ball. So that could definitely play a part, especially for a guy that, even though he's not a volume shooter, he does get a lot of jump shots, especially from that corner three. So which we definitely miss right now. But I'm excited to see my guy back, and barring any injury, man, we gonna make a deep run.
Yeah, nah, he's automatic from that corner three.
yeah, yeah. It feels, fellas, it feels like a dream. Like we had OG, we went 14-2. The vibes was looking crazy, and then
I
Nice.
think
it just gets taken away from us. The man is warming up, shooting, all good day to day, and then he just misses a month of the season, a month and a
Yeah.
half of the season. I'm like, what is this? What just happened here? Everything was just valid. But hopefully our boy comes back for sure. But mine is good. We had all different answers because mine is definitely Mitchell Robinson. Because you see the Knicks offense. We talked about this plenty of times on this episode. Sometimes their best offense is missing a shot because Mitchell Robinson is there to get the rebound. And we saw him absolutely dominate the Cavaliers last year. Like he's just the playoffs is for Mitchell Robinson. It's a half court game, and nobody can stop him on the offensive rebound. Man, the man is a complete nuisance. He's getting every ball. I don't know how he does it. The man is a pogo stick. So I'm super excited to see Mitch come back. That tag team where iHeart and Mitch 48 minutes is that's super exciting for me. Like it's just nonstop from the center position. And we talk about a potential matchup against the Bucks. It's gonna be hard for Brook Lopez to contain these guys down there. The man has lost a step. He might kill us from the 3-point line. I ain't gonna hold you, but we struggle to defend that. But like the Bucks, every team in the East, the Knicks have the upper hand because they have a 48 minutes of center that are just coming at you. So that's why I'm excited to see Mitch. Can't wait till he's taking contact. We need 12 games with everybody. We
Yeah.
need 12 games with everybody. It's gonna be super important. There's 19 games in the season right now. It's gonna be super important that everybody gets healthy in the next 3 weeks because you need 10 to 12 games to knock off rust, build momentum, and get back at it. If these guys come back with like 3 games left in the season, I'm gonna be like, dang, like the guys got to knock off some rust, especially Mitch. Mitch has missed the most time out of everybody. I think he's been gone since December or
Yeah,
November.
yeah, December. Hmm.
So Mitch needs to get back ASAP uh, to continue this deep playoff run, fellas. It's gonna be insane. But I'm just excited. I'm excited. Every game for the Knicks in the upcoming games is gonna be huge. So we need to lock in and we
Yeah.
need to get healthy. We need to get healthy. Um, let's give our closing thoughts here, fellas. Any closing thoughts? I'll go first, man. My closing thought is not even really pertaining about the Knicks. I just wanted to ask you guys something. I actually went to the Knicks game recently, 2 weeks ago, and it was exciting. It was an exciting time. I actually got blessed and got upgraded to courtside, so I was out there on the TV going crazy. And I just wanted to ask you guys: did you know how hard of a job the replay recorder dude has? Like, do you guys know how hard his job is? Because every time there's a questionable call, everybody's looking back at him like they like, yo, replay, replay. And he like watching the game on like a laptop, right? He watching it and he's like texting people too. It's like insane. I'm like, yo, what's going on? Like, is he texting Jersey Secaucus? Is they getting like this? Are they cheating right now?
They
Like,
texting FanDuel, yo, don't make that call.
back every play, and he's like, nah, no replay. Or he's like, that is a foul, and then it's up to the coach to ask it a replay. But bro, that job, I was getting anxiety because everybody just looks at him. So actually, when I was at the game against the Pelicans, there was a foul call, and they looked at him like replay, 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 and he's like, yeah, yeah, get the replay, get the replay. That wasn't foul, and they actually did not change the call. They
Yeah,
didn't change.
yeah, yeah. That's when
The call.
Tibbs challenge, right?
And everybody's looking at him like, yo, like, why you told us to give you the replay? Like, everybody's like looking at him. They giving him the, oh, like, yo, bro. An observation that I had is do not be the NBA's team replay guy because the anxiety is gonna like literally watch it the next game. Watch it, really watch it. I could only imagine Tibbs how he's acting with the replay guy. The man, that's why Tibbs don't even do challenges. Like
Mhm.
Tibbs don't even do challenges because he's just
Bro,
like, nah.
imagine a dude like Draymond coming at you. I just keep remembering that. I just keep remembering him doing mimicking the dude when Vanderbilt was doing the same shit, like putting in the replay. Imagine dealing with a dude like that
Yo,
after he doesn't get a call, bro. Like imagine him pressing you and like, yo, come on, for
bro,
real, like.
that job is bro. I wouldn't. I don't know why people do, bro. They
Yeah.
just be at you. NBA players like, yo, replay that, and the guy's like, nah, you really fouled him, bro. And the guy's like, you don't know what you talk. Like, bro, he's watching the shit on the screen.
No,
In
Yo,
man.
slow motion and all that.
man, I was just,
Nah,
and
that
then
is a tough
they
job.
give you like 5 seconds. They like looking at you, like even the ref looking at you, like, are you replaying this or not? We gonna keep this, bro. Oh man, yo, the
You
close,
got
yo,
you got the up and close view of
everybody.
that. That was
Next
dope.
game,
Did you feel
everybody.
like the game went longer? Like how long it took for every replay?
Nah, I feel like the game goes super quick, man. It's like, cause you know what? Another quick story. I don't want to ramble too much. When it's a timeout, you can't. I never noticed is you can't record. Like you can't record. Like there's a security guard telling you like, nah, you can't record. Put your phone down. Like they watching. They standing there looking at you. So Willie Green, in the fourth quarter, it was a close game. The Knicks were still in it in the fourth.
Mm-hmm.
Call timeout, man. He absolutely went insane on the players. You know, cursing, telling them all like, "Yo, they down five effing starters." Like how, like like they down five effing starters. What the like they? He said like they manhandling you. They're treating you like bitch is like they going hard, and I was just like, "Whoa, like this is crazy right now." They came out of that timeout. I don't think they missed a shot to the end of the game. Herb Jones started shooting crazy. Trey Murphy started. I'm like, yo, that's one of those speeches that spark your team. I
Facts.
was like, yo, Tiz on the other side probably be going crazy. I wish I was on the Knicks side. I'm
Bro, and he a
looking
lot like we said, bro. He a lively 60-year-old. Like he not some like I know
66,
he cursing, bro. I know
66,
he
66.
yeah, bro. I know he be cursing people out for
Nah, yeah,
sure.
yeah. He be going crazy,
So
but
you hear him just watching the game at home. He's screaming the whole
Yeah.
time
yeah.
with over the fans who be cheering man loud too.
Yes, I feel like the game goes super quick because like you're not watching commercials like you usually do, and you like on your phone or anything. Like you're really watching the game because you're so close. So it's like goes fast, and at the Garden they always doing some half court shots or like t-shirts, and you're standing out like yeah, man. The game court side flies by, and then you got the Delta Club right there. You could just easily go through. I had like 5 Stellas, even though I was with my little man and stuff. I was like. Take it easy, my boy. I'm courtside. This is my time right here. Like, you better chill. So that was man, that was amazing. That was one of the best games I've been to for real. Like for real, for real. Not only because I was courtside, but I was like really locked in and focused on stuff. Felt like
Mhm.
the first time I went, I actually got upgraded last year. I was with shout out to my boy Danny B, alumni of the show, but he was talking and on the phone and stuff. Like it was just like this time, like I wasn't like I ain't let nothing distract me. So I was really focused, and bro, I really enjoyed that game.
Yeah,
Even
that
though
was a
we
good game to
lost,
watch. That was a
and
good game to
then
watch.
Jalen Brunson was out, like I was really just watching how these players is crazy, man. This players is crazy. And one last story. Josh Hart got slapped in the face, and it was like, yo, how is he still
Oh
playing?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like, how is he still, bro? That sounded so crazy, and he hit the floor man hard. I would have been out for like a
That's
month.
when he was bleeding, right? Wasn't he bleeding from his
Nah,
nose
he
and
was
his mouth?
bleeding. Yeah.
And it's like these NBA players, like they be going crazy on the action. But that's just my closing thoughts, man. Not related to the Knicks, but just something here as we close the show. Zebo, any closing thoughts for you, bro?
Just obviously, bro, it's great to have you. I mean, the one thing, bro, we didn't speak about, bro. I know we've been a little bit on I know we've been losing a few games, bro, but we gotta shout out Big Ragu, man. We gotta shout out my boy Dante because
Mm,
he solidified the number two, like the shooting guard spot, bro. Like
Oh
he's
yeah,
been the one. I mean, Josh Hart's been doing his thing, but Dante, man, he's really been the catalyst. Him and Precious, bro. Like I told Don Juan when the trade happened, like Precious definitely is gonna be the guy that's gonna be low key like a really solid guy for us off the bench. That guy that's gonna that can give us that good 10, 15 minutes off the bench when Julius is off the floor. So man, shout out to Dante and shout out to my boy Precious, man. They've been doing their thing.
facts.
yeah, definitely, definitely. Dante's been solidified that two position, and we saw it a few games ago against the Hawks. Like if he's not making his shots, it's a tough night.
Be
It's a
tough.
tough night. We need his offense, and
Mm-hmm.
he's been stepping up and playing every game, which we needed, and a lot of
A
minutes.
lot of minutes. I was just gonna say that.
Huge, huge shout out to the big Ragu for sure. And Precious been balling. So we gotta give a shout out to Precious. But Don Juan, what's your closing thoughts here?
Man, what a interesting season it has been to say the least. It's safe to say that the season has felt like the ultimate roller coaster ride, especially once Jalen Brunson went down the other night. I mean, I felt like we it was, I don't know, I was just scared. I got kind of cold. It was a weird feeling, I'm not gonna lie, but with so many up and downs this season, we hit a point of a peak at one point, then we hit a point of rock bottom, but now there's like a piece kind of like, things are getting better. Feels like things are turning around, especially like I said before, guys are coming back. We're getting some good news now, where as opposed to it seemed like every other week somebody was getting hurt and just receiving just bad news over bad news. But with our guys coming back, we got the reinforcements at the deadline too, that they won't have to be carrying so much of a burden. I do feel like, man, things are unfolding just the way we want to, and obviously other teams are, but just looking at our team from the inside, there's a good energy, not just within the team but fan base as well, man. And we just got to ride the wave right now as we approach this last stretch of the season, man. Feels good. This roller coaster ain't for everybody, but I tell you what, a Knicks fan is always ready to get on that roller coaster. We've seen worse, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, when I was looking at that Brunson injury, I just kind of noticed like, man, like this the NBA and the Knicks, like they just like I was like Don Juan. I started feeling sick. My stomach started hurting. Like I was like, because it looked bad. It looked like it was a non-contact injury. You couldn't step on it. You start thinking ACL, MCL. Like that takes you out the whole year next year. Like
Yeah,
that's
man.
like it's over for 2 years now. So it's
Shit,
like,
shit, I started thinking if he was cursed, bro. I was like, hit bad
yeah.
out there. I was like, come on now.
At that point, right?
So it just really brings you like how we just gotta enjoy the season, like, and enjoy the time that we're having, because man, they say life is short. Nick's success can be short. Like the season could be
Yo,
short. And
for real. It's like the season just was it went through the blink of an eye right there, bro. I swear. I'm like, no
bro, I
way.
felt like the other day we was chilling, cooling on opening night, and I went to the game the other day, and I was talking to my girl, and I'm like, have I been to a Nick game this season? I noticed like I really haven't. Like it's just been that quick of a season. Like,
Hmm.
and it's like it's crazy, man. It's crazy that we all had the same thoughts and feeling. But yeah, fellas, it's a long season. It's a grind, and we just gotta have fun with it. We gotta have fun with it because it's been a fun season. It's been an extremely fun season, and things looking up. Things looking up for the Knicks. Like Zebo was talking championship run. I'm not there yet because I feel like the Knicks, especially in the trade deadline, they even told us like, yo, we're not winning the chip this year, because They could have got anybody they wanted. They could have got a DeJounte, or they could have got, somebody bigger than Burks and Bogdanovich. I mean, the team is stacked with assets, and they played it safe. Got Bogdanovich, got Burks back. So I think they kind of was like, listen, we're going for somebody this offseason. Relax, hold it down. We're gonna have fun this year, but we're not winning the championship. So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna have fun. I'm gonna chill. If we would have traded for DeJounte, I would have been like, yo, this is championship or bust, stuff like that. Because we traded assets, but we still have all our assets, fellas. Like we still have all our first round picks, and we traded for Bogdanovich that we're gonna use for a trade. Like it's no secret what they doing. Like they literally laying it out right in front of us. If you don't want to see it, it's because you don't want to see it. That's all. Just say, yo, I don't want to see it. Like people be like, what? The Knicks don't have a plan. What are they doing? I'm like, bro, you just don't want to see it. It's clear, yeah, you don't
Like
want to see
here,
it.
yeah.
They doing it right there, right in front of us. They had traded everybody quickly, RJ, Bron, and they kept all their first round picks. Why do you think that? You feel me? Like they really want to trade their first. They're gonna think that they could just overload a team with first round picks. But I think I froze right now. Like my computer, it's all rusty over here. You can still hear me?
Yeah, we hear you. We hear you.
Look, I'm all rusty right now. I'm even frozen. But
It's all
man,
right.
shout out to y'all. I'm gonna get out real quick and let y'all close out the show. Maybe I'll come back.
Yeah, man. Nah, just real quick, just real quick, bro. I just want to give you your flowers, Don Juan, because you've been holding it down as the host, and so shout out to you, bro. You really been carrying us the last few months. So shout out to you, bro. And to everybody, man, hit that like button, subscribe, and
Facts,
shout out
facts.
to my boy Triple M for coming back. I know he a little rusty with the computer and all that. Look, I don't even see my boy no more. I see the purple wig again, man. So my boy's a little rusty right now. But shout out
The
to my boy.
purple
It's great
wig,
to have you
man. This is
back.
what I'll
And
be hiding in the background. So
yeah, nah,
y'all
it's
get in
cool,
the
bro.
whole.
Nah, honestly, bro, it's cool, bro. It's great that, like I said, bro, it's great to have you back, bro. We've been shouting you out, and obviously, we know you doing your fan. We know you taking care of business, so that's cool. But yeah, bro, I was just giving my boy Don Juan his flowers because he's really been holding it down as the host, bro. This ain't for the week, bro. It's not easy, and so my boy's really been doing a good job. So shout out to you, bro.
Yeah, thanks, man. Appreciate it. It took me a couple episodes to get even the intro down packed, but it's
Yeah,
not,
yeah.
especially after a whole new name change too. It had to get the swing of things. But yeah, man, that's why thank God Triple M is back to get back to the swing of things and go and get back to when I was just out here not even having the responsibility to make sure not to mess up on the intro. But but it definitely feels good to have you back. But at the same time, it just goes to show you that we all could all step up when we need to. There was times that even Zebo took
Thanks,
over and held it down too. So that's what we all need to be like the Knicks in a sense, where
thanks, man.
next man up mentality. That's what we built for. Coach Tibbs is leading the fort right now, and he has developed us as podcasters too, man.
Yeah. And like I mentioned in the beginning of the show, shout out to both of y'all. Zebo, don't leave yourself far behind because, like Don Juan just mentioned, you held it down episode there. That was pretty cool with Omar. Shout out to Omar.
Yeah, fact. Shout out
And
Omar too, man.
it's just good. It's just good to see just even your advancement, being able to handle that. It's pretty. It was pretty cool to see, man. As a fan, like I said, I told you I was tuned in to every episode. I was like, I just want to say something right now to Zebo right now. I was getting upset. I was talking to my girl like, yo, Zebo said this, and I'm like, she like, yo, calm down. You're gonna be
Yeah, I
back.
know,
I'm
especially during that Aldridge. Oh man,
and let's get it rocking, fellas. It's gonna be a great ride to the end. It's gonna
Yeah,
be a great
man.
ride to the end. Pause. Whoa, we're going crazy right now. End of the show. It's time to lock it in, fellas. You already know Triple M back in action. Don Juan holding it down still, and Zebo wilding now. You already know how we do here on Knicks Wild, and thanks for tuning in.
Yes,
Peace.
sir.